Hey friend, welcome to Soulvine. This is Jamie. Let's check in Pisces for the week ahead and see how things are connecting in. I hope you're being gentle to yourself at this time and trusting yourself more and more. All right, let's connect in. Let's get you some guidance. Just remember, this is a general read. Not everything will resonate, but we want to get you something here that you need today. Okay, current energy. Thank you, Spirit. I'll just leave that there. What's crossing this energy? Got the death energy showing up, crossing this. Influence. We've got the Four of Swords. The past impacting you right now. We've got the Page of Pentacles. Let's have a look what's in your headspace, Pisces. We've got the Six of Pentacles, near future. We've got the Hermit energy. Okay, let's take a look at your power in this situation. Current environment. Thank you, Spirit, for our Pisces. Sun, Moon, and Rising is the most dominant here. Okay, this was flipped down. Hopes and fears. And then let's see where this is going in terms of the potential outcome. And then we'll jump in. Okay. So let's have a look at the current situation. So we have the death energy crossing this. So we've got something around coming together, working on something, or a potential job opportunity, or maybe you're looking at your work right now, Pisces, or just working with someone. But it seems that what's challenging this and the goodness of this, or the growth of this endeavor, is something around, you could be potentially thinking about ending something here, or you're feeling an ending, or there's an ending that has occurred. So, however you're looking at this, it just seems that it just feels more so like, what direction do you want to go right now, and that's kind of in question. But I feel amongst that there are potentially some things in the air, because with the influence right now is the Four of Swords. So for some of you, you could be taking a break, or you could be working through something right now around this situation. I feel like this is an important piece here of taking that time that you need, but more importantly, taking care of yourself. Like, what is it that you need that's going to make you feel more connected, more grounded, more at peace mentally and emotionally, Pisces, right now? Because that's very relevant here, okay? Maybe someone's going through a bit of a transition or a bit of a change around something, because of something that has wrapped up, or you recognize that the direction you were going is not somewhere that perhaps you want to go anymore. So you kind of going internal here to go, okay, what is it that I need that's going to make me feel supported? And maybe for some of you, you're feeling like you've got no answers to the things that you do want to do right now. We are noticing here the Page of Pentacles, this is the past energy showing today. So, I think at some point in time you had an offer, or had an opportunity, or an opportunity that you connected to, or potentially looked at, and took it as maybe a stepping stone, or saw that this could become something greater or larger. What I feel it has done though here, Pisces, right now with the Six of Pentacles in the headspace, there's something about your resources, or about the time and energy you're putting in something. And again, is this enough? Is this connected to where you want to be? There's some question here about the work that you're doing, and the energy and effort that you're putting into something right now. And it seems to be coming up quite strongly. Maybe you feel like you're trying to make everyone else happy, and there is that part of you that you love doing that, but then there's also this other part that you could be feeling a little bit drained. And this is where the moment in time comes in of, are you taking care of yourself, or what do you need to do to take care of yourself here? We do have the Hermit energy showing up in terms of your near future. So I would take this right now that if you are seeking some direction, be okay to take that time for that direction. Be okay to take that time to assess what is the next step. You don't have to have the next 100 steps, just that one step, you know, because your power in the situation is the justice energy. So this is where things come into balance. This is where you get the clarity and truth that you seek around a situation here, Pisces, okay? So that is your power. Always remember that. Always come back to self. When the peace arrives, when you're feeling, you know, connected to who you are and trusting in the process, the delivery also arrives, you know, and I feel like that's what's happening here. So the Ten of Wands is the environment around you. So where the pressures have been, where the pressures have laid at some point, I feel like this is the part that's allowed to let go. It's interesting as we come up here because the Seven of Wands with the Lover's energy. This is in your hopes and fears. For some of you, you know, there could be a goal or aspiration, again, that you're working towards with someone or have this direction in mind. What I'm feeling though amongst this as we're getting further down here is where you want to partner and who you want to partner with. And I feel like, again, this doesn't have to be romantic. This could be on a project or something that you're working towards. As I said, some goal or ambition that you have to collaborate with people, or you usually come together with people, or you could be questioning your role and leading something or going a certain direction. But it seems like whatever this assessment is or whatever this opportunity is, I feel like you've already got either experience or your gifts have rewarded you in some way, like your talents, your skills, or something of that nature. Like you're well received for them already, but I think there's this little bit of a juggling act of how you can make all these things work for yourself, because it does seem like you're doing it to see if something's potentially going to take off. And whatever this thing about taking off, you're assessing, okay, which direction, which step, or however you're traveling towards a situation that, again, it can pay off. But I'm assessing here that a big part of this, are you willing to take the chance on what you believe in and go after it? Are you willing to put certain things aside? And those things aside are just what you're not going to bring with you on this journey, or what you need to leave behind. Because in terms of this outcome, you do have the Knight of Cups. So if you've been waiting for a connection, waiting for a proposal, waiting, you know, for a potential opportunity to show up here, it's arriving with this Knight of Cups. So I really do like that for you here, Pisces. I am going to pull a couple more cards and just see here what the main theme is and that you need to know about right now in terms of this dynamic. Because I feel like there's a few more things underneath it all. Let's just take a look. I've just got some Moonology cards. Thank you, Spirit. What else do we need to know here? A new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. It's interesting how we've got Libran energy here with the Justice energy. So there seems to be some new beginning coming on in. This could be someone that you connected with in Libra season. So this could have been, you know, last October, September, October last year, or something that you wanted to aspire to or go into. Maybe you had some legalities come in at that time. The romantic cycle, look, I'm going to take it, yes, it could be romance, but I'm going to take it, there's something here about the justice element, the balancing out of something in your life that's relevant to, you know, that spirited energy within, but something that you're at peace with amongst yourself. You do have, it says romantic, you do have Lovers, and you do have Justice energy and Knight of Cups. So for some of you, you could be deepening a relationship, or deepening a partnership, or going a certain direction in partnership. Is there anything else we need to know here? Thank you, Spirit. And we have the energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. Okay, beautiful. So whatever's opening up here, Pisces, it is opening up in support of you, right? At the end of the day. So what feels like getting your attention or grabbing your attention or opening up, you know, kind of trust in that process. I think sometimes we've got to be mindful of what we're choosing to see and what we're not choosing to see, but also where we put that energy, how things are giving back, right? I feel you're putting a bit of pressure on yourself right now to make some strong decision or gain some clarity. But I think with that clarity that you receive, or something just balancing its way out, because you do have a lot of balancing energy showing up here, I feel you're just going to be at a little bit more peace and can kind of let go here. But I think a big part is you being okay with you first is what's going to help allow something to just lighten the load. That you know, it's kind of when you shake it off, it's the art of letting go, I guess you can say, which sometimes not an easy thing to do, you know, at the end of the day. But I feel like there is something here that will grab your attention or will allow things to open up for you. But it's also too getting true on what you're willing to accept and what you're not willing to accept, but also what you're willing to bring on the journey and leave behind. Because there is something of this nature around what you were working on and maybe is not what you want anymore, or something needs to change here, because there is some relevance about change or change of direction, or something that just needs to be done a little bit differently, because you could just be exhausted of constantly showing up, constantly having to manage and collaborate and deal with people, that it gets to a point of, you know, I just can't keep showing up that way anymore. I need a bit of reciprocation. And again, this could be in any dynamic, but I see that you're feeling the pressure. But there is some question of partnership here, or who you're connecting with, or who you're doing this thing with. But like I said, if you've been putting yourself out there for something else or something new after something hasn't worked out, or you're not vibing with it, I feel if you put your feelers out, this is where an opportunity will arise. Let's get a little bit more on this outcome with this Knight of Cups. Yeah, the opportunity is really solid, really here about some new beginning, Pisces. I really like this. I feel some of you could be getting a proposal, just to let you know. That proposal can come in, yes, romantic, of course. Yeah, you could be questioning it for some of you too, a relationship going deeper or further. But if this is not relationship related, because I do feel strong career, business, financial focus, I do see here the, you know, something that you get to experience and play with and have fun with as part of this journey. So I feel enjoy it, Pisces. I always do believe in that. It's the journey that counts the most and the experience behind it. But I feel, you know, there is an important time where you've got to take care of you, or a bit of quiet time is what's going to be important to help you really assess something here. It doesn't mean that you're fully withdrawn. It just means that you're looking at things a bit of a different, slower pace, and you're more connected to yourself. But I do feel like you've got some interest here in play that's going to shape the direction that you're going. I'll leave it there, dear friend. Catch you. Bye.